Um, but yeah, so on the camera itself, on what you see when we pull it up, it'll have the GPS coordinates at the bottom. Those don't change, and then the speed limit in the bottom right-hand corner stays at 77 even when he stopped and driving, and we can't figure out why.
Okay. So it could be a couple of things with the GPS. There is a way in the settings, right, to basically increase or decrease the speed.
Okay.
But since you're telling me that the coordinates don't change at all, that could just be something with the firmware on the camera. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if his has been, updated to a newer version or anything like that, but that could just be an issue with the firmware. Maybe it just hasn't been updated in a while, and it just gets stuck on, whatever miles per hour or coordinates are like whatever it's set to basically in the settings, which can be adjusted possibly with the speed adjustment.
Okay. Because the date and time looks like it's on point.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that could just be a firmware issue. We could also try. Playing the video on a updated version of the GPS player, maybe to see if it if that stays the same or if it fluctuates in the video.
Okay.
That with the GPS player, that might give you a more accurate speed and coordinates.
Okay.
So we could try that. As well. We could try, instead of whatever media player was being used, we could try it on the GPS player and see if it readjusts or anything like that.
Is that downloadable from y'all, or is that something I have to come up and do?
Yeah, that's something you can download. You can get on our website. It's an app that we have available.
Okay.
For those models that have the built-in GPS.
Okay.
And then it'll give you it'll show like a map of where he drove as well.
Okay.
On the top right corner.
Awesome.
So we can try that as well to see if that makes a difference. The other question was about the video, like not showing a few seconds before the incident.
Yes.
Correct. So with these cameras, they have a built-in G sensor. So what typically happens if the vibration, if it detects the impact or the hard vibration, those videos usually get locked into an emergency folder, so that they don't get overwritten when the camera loop records.
Okay.
Because it'll overwrite whatever footage is there. So sometimes those videos get locked and saved into a separate folder. If not, if the video is there, it probably maybe it has a different date or something, or if it's like a corrupted file that's on there, that could be repaired if anything. But usually with those incident videos, usually it'll save it in a separate folder most of the time.
Okay.
And it'll, yeah.
All right. So we ended up taking all the phones. Some of the phones were destroyed. The crash was that bad.
Wow.
We got into a couple of phones, and I got to go back through the Cellbrite stuff to see if this guy even has the app on it. I do know that these, I would presume, whatever videos that were on this camera, because he had an SD card in it as well, which is how he got the videos.
Yeah.
If those or that video, would that have automatically been transferred to the app or the cell phone that this guy had?
So when somebody wants to save a video from the SD card to their phone, it won't remove it from the SD card. It'll just make a copy.
Okay.
They'll just download a copy of it, but the only way to get it off of there is by, manually deleting it, hooking up to the app or either through the device itself and selecting the file and removing it. But even if he downloaded it onto his phone or something, it'll still be on the card.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So what was your other question?
So we talked about GPS. We talked about the speed. Like I said, the GPS doesn't change. The speed limit doesn't change. So the way the courts work is the accuracy of the video We actually had to pull a video from a 7-Eleven that we found out that he went to kind of match what we're looking at outside to what the 7-Eleven to authenticate the outside of the video, authenticating the inside of the video for courts. Like I said, that I've been a cop for 18 years, and it drives me crazy, some of these things that we have to jump through, but everybody has their day, so I guess that should be good enough for now, and I will tell my Commonwealth attorney. Are you the guy that I'm going to be talking to if this comes to I need somebody for court?
I'd have to talk to my boss about that. Honestly, I'm not sure. We've never really had any situations like this in the past. So I'm not sure how that would work. But so I'd have to speak to my boss and let him know what's going on so that he's aware. And I guess wait for him to approve of anything before proceeding.
So, like I said, my goal through all of this is that the conversation that we're having now should be good enough to tell the CA that this is how this works. But there are some times that the defense likes to make us jump through loopholes. Any weak argument to and they're not wrong, especially when it comes to somebody being able to look at their accuser in court. Well, the accuser in this case, unfortunately, is a camera. And the courts need to know how the camera works and why the cameras work in a certain way. And I'll make the phone call today. Is this a good number I can call you back on?
This is my direct line. I'm available until you can call me until 5:30ish.
Alright. Yeah, it probably won't be today. I'll see. We'll try and correspond via email. Is it the email that I just been sending you back on? Is that good to go?
That's my email too.
Okay.
The one that I respond to. Yes, that's my email. So if anything, you can call this number, leave a voicemail, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Or just send me an email like, hey John, I called you. Can you give me a call back? Whatever. That's fine. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So,
awesome. Well, thank you very much for reaching out and giving me a phone call. I will.
Absolutely.
They said it's unfortunate that this is the world that we live in, and that we have to go down this route. But I'll put it this way: without your camera, we wouldn't have been able to take this guy off the streets. It just would have been a simple crash. And once we saw the camera footage, it started doing a history dump and going back through this guy's history about abuse. And like I said, we ended up interviewing 3 of the kids. The children were like, we refuse to get in the car with him. He drives into oncoming traffic to scare us, to get us doing what he wants us to do. And then people just started coming out of the woodwork about, hey, I won't get in the car with that guy. He's driven in oncoming traffic before. I mean, it's insane. I've never worked a case like this before. But this is what we do, and it's unfortunate. But I do appreciate your time, and I'll reach out to you sometime in the next few days, okay?
Okay, yeah, thank you for, doing you guys' job to, keep people like this off the streets, because it's really unfortunate.
I hear you, man.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you take care.
Man. If anything, just give me a call or you can email me.
Will do.
Right.
Thank you, John.
All right, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.